the extreme military tension that has brought the Middle East to the absolute brink of an unmitigated regional war experienced a dramatic and sudden turnaround today. Following weeks of intense naval standoffs, heavy localized proxy exchanges, and a tightening shipping blockade in the Persian Gulf, United States President Donald Trump announced that a highly anticipated, large-scale military strike against Iranian strategic assets was halted at the 11th hour, according to official White House communications and senior defense briefings emerging from the Pentagon. The decisive order to stand down was executed directly by the president after an emergency joint appeal from major Gulf cooperation allies. Regional leaders, led heavily by the United Arab Emirates and Saudi Arabia, explicitly warned Washington that an immediate kinetic escalation would permanently destabilize the world's primary energy transit corridors and trigger an immediate global economic depression. The sudden de-escalation has injected a massive wave of volatility across international financial networks, which had spent the previous 72 hours bracing for a catastrophic geopolitical shock. Western Texas Intermediate (WTI) and Brent crude oil futures, which had spiked heavily past critical benchmarks following a weekend drone strike on an external generator near the UAE's Baraka nuclear power plant, pulled back sharply by over 2% as the immediate war premium lifted from energy trading desks. Simultaneously, the United States Department of the Treasury quietly issued a regulatory pass allowing foreign maritime tankers already carrying pre-blockade crude oil to clear international transit hubs without immediately triggering secondary sanctions. This calculated administrative maneuver was designed to provide immediate breathing room to a highly tight international energy grid. Despite this sudden pause in planned active hostilities, the underlying political landscape remains extraordinarily stressed. The Iranian parliament speaker broadcast a hardline address directly following the American announcement, stating that a permanent truce remains entirely impossible unless Washington formally accepts Tehran's comprehensive 14-point security and sanctions relief proposal. Compounding the day's dramatic military developments, the Trump administration has aggressively paired its diplomatic flexibility toward Iran with a declaration of a massive combat victory on its secondary counterterrorism front in the region. In a separate, high-profile intelligence briefing that has dominated international defense circles, the White House confirmed that the Islamic State's ISIS prominent second-in-command, Abu Bilal al Minuki, was successfully eliminated during a highly classified, precise joint special operations raid. The clinical execution of the high-value target is being heavily framed by Washington as definitive proof that its counterterrorism capabilities remain functional and lethal, even as its primary strategic focus shifts toward managing state-level adversaries and safeguarding critical shipping channels. As international mediators work around the clock in neutral regional capitals to establish a structured framework for formal peace talks, global relations experts maintain a highly cautious outlook. They note that while the immediate threat of a catastrophic multi-state land and air war has been temporarily averted, the fragile truce will require deep, painful structural concessions from both Washington and Tehran to survive the complex geopolitical pressures of the summer.